guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know by now, I go to Duke University, and the other day I was just walking around and I just noticed a lot of things that are kind of triggering about the school. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it. This is all things, maybe hate is too much of a really strong word, but things that it's kind of off-putting or I just don't really like that happens here at Duke. And for me, I don't have any other reference, so this might happen at other colleges, I don't really know, but this is just how my experience is, and like mine alone. I just want to share with you guys how I feel adapting to the school and how my first year at Duke was. Number one, so a lot of people at Duke, I don't know if it was coined or not, but they use the term effortless perfection. So what that means is that a lot of people here seem like, you know, getting all A's, perfect hair, perfect makeup, whatever, like getting their life all together, and you know, it's just like so easy, getting 8 hours of sleep, like perfect day, like whatever, like all the time, kind of like that feeling. At first I was like, what are you talking about? I don't really see any of that, but as you dig a little deeper into their conversations, or it's just like little things that they do or like how they act that make you think a little bit of this way. And this is only my first year, and I've only started to notice it a little bit more than I did when I first came in. I'm not like adding anyone, I'm not like targeting anyone. Some people would be like, oh, you got 8 hours of sleep? Oh, but I only got 8 hours of sleep because I pulled an all-nighter yesterday writing 4 essays and practicing for another midterm because I'm taking like 5 classes right now. That's so great, good for you. For me personally, I just haven't had 8 hours of sleep since I was in middle school or something because I'm always studying, always on the grind. So that example is obviously a bit dramatized, but that's a lot of conversations here at Duke. I don't know if it's conscious or non-conscious, but they'll just be comparing things in a very toxic way. It's just something I don't really like because I get that we were competitive in high school and that's part of maybe the aspect of getting into college, but now that we're here, I really think that we should help each other out, especially when a lot of things you do in college is not really related to one another. So if I'm taking these classes, another person won't be doing that, but they'll still be comparing across like STEM, non-STEM classes, which I think doesn't really make sense. Number 2, Duke is in the middle of nowhere. For me, I came from California. I lived in the Bay Area actually, right next to San Francisco, and there's a lot of really big cities here. So for me, I felt like coming here there's nothing really to do, especially when I'm stuck here over the summer. When we want to find things to do, we can't really find anything to do because there's not much to do in Durham. If you guys didn't know, Duke University is in Durham, North Carolina. I didn't know that until I researched into the school. It is one of the bigger cities in North Carolina, but it's still kind of small. A lot of other colleges may have kind of like downtown college area or like a place next to the college where they have clothing stores or like food or like restaurant places to go to, but we really don't have that much. We have a street called 9th Street, which is right next to East Campus, and they have Whole Foods, Air Cheaters, and like one boba tea shop, but that's it. Another thing that other people dislike about Duke, which I personally don't find that big of a problem, is the small student population. By my quick calculations, there seems to be about 1,600 people per grade, give or take a little bit. I don't really blame Duke because they physically don't have the space to hold more students, I think. Though a lot of people complain about this because they see like the same faces all the time. They just feel like there's no room for finding new people, finding new groups or whatnot, because it is like kind of true. I do know a lot of people in my class. I'm not popular, but I know people in my grade. For me, I think it's hard to make friends if you have so many options, you know, like the paradox of choice. But also with small student populations, what I find is a little troubling is that cliques can form pretty easily. Duke does have a lot of diversity, but at the same time, a lot of people are from a higher upper class socioeconomic status, and they kind of just group together, and then people can also group by different ethnicities. That's one con I think I find about the school. So lastly, I find troubling, which I'm pretty sure happens at a lot of other schools, is that everything here is selective and competitive. Like, as if getting into Duke wasn't selective and competitive enough, people find the urge to like keep their competitive spirits up by making everything in Duke like really, really competitive. So social groups, sororities, fraternities, I don't really know about that because I didn't really do anything, but they're pretty competitive. There's like this whole algorithm system where the sorority has to want you, but then you have to want the sorority, and like it just has to like match up for you to get like a sorority that you really, I don't know, it's kind of complicated. I don't really know that much. The other areas where Duke can get competitive is academic fraternities. We have a lot for business, and we have some for entrepreneurship or tech. Pre-meds, which I'm in. Another example of being really competitive within Duke is a thing called SLGs. So SLGs are selective living groups. It's kind of an intermediate of living in between independent and Greek life. Some of them have themes like LGBTQ based, or it's like technology based, or it's like culture and language based, and some others are just there to like live together. I actually rushed for one of these SLGs, but in hindsight, I think I did it because I was just caught in the moment. Everyone is doing it because they're worried they're not gonna find housing next year, or they just want to be in these selected groups. That's just what makes it competitive. It's just that everyone just wants to do it. I would much rather live with my friends. I'm not bashing on SLGs because I did really meet a lot of nice people through Rush, and I don't regret going through that entire process at all. Ultimately, in conclusion, Elfine, TLDR of this video is that Duke does have problems, but at the end of the day, it's a really good university and a really good place that I want to be at. If you're new to my channel or you're not, subscribe, like, comment, or don't, up to you, whatevs. Bye! See you next time.